So trading is one of the hardest, if not the hardest industry to get into. Not only is it hard to get into, you don't know where to start, and a lot of people that try to become profitable through trading end up not being profitable. They give up because they lose too much money and they don't have the mental capacity to deal with some of the losses that come with trading. So in this video, I'm going to be discussing why is trading so hard, and I'm going to be giving you guys some tips that can help you become profitable in this video marathon. So without further ado, let's jump into the video. Now, before we jump into the nitty-gritty of this video, if you guys want to trade and you want to learn how to trade absolutely for free, make sure you're subscribing to this channel, because as I said just a second ago, I'm going to be doing a video marathon month. Every other day, I'm going to be uploading great free Forex education for each and every one of you. So all I ask in return, if you do enjoy this content, is subscribe to the channel and make sure you leave a like on the videos, because it does help me out and it does help the channel out. So why is Forex trading so hard? And this isn't just Forex trading in particular. This could be trading anything. It could be trading the stock market, indices, commodities, whatever it may be. It doesn't have to necessarily be Forex. But why is trading in general so hard? And I think that it boils down to a few good reasons as to why it's so difficult, and why a lot of people end up starting with the idea to make a lot of money and then end up quitting. And that's probably one of the number one reasons, is the idea of making a lot of money relatively easy. Because trading is now so accessible, all you can do is spend 5 minutes, open up a brokerage account, deposit $100, and people see these account flips where they're turning in $100 into 100 grand, or 100 grand into a million, and they think, if they can do it with $100 and flip it into 1,000, why can't I do it? And that's probably the narrative that builds up, and partly because of this narrative, people jump into this industry right in the deep end, deposit $1,000, and then lose all of their capital straight away. And it's because they build up in their mind this whole sensation and idea that they can turn $100 into a million, which is actually possible, but it will never happen as quickly as you think. And most of the time, unless your risk management is absolutely on point, it'll either take you years and years and years to make, or you'll blow your account. So another big reason why a lot of people fail in the trading industry, and it boils down to, once again, that whole money object. People want to make a lot of money very quickly, but when they lose a lot of money very quickly, they can't handle it. And if you want to be successful in trading, losses is a part of the game. Unfortunately, most people, in fact, I would say everyone, does not have a 100% win rate. So the final reason why people are unable to take money out of financial markets, and this is by far the biggest reason, and trust me, you're going to want to listen to all of this because you can take so much value from this if you're not a profitable trader, and that is your patience. And trust me, this is the number one reason why 90% of traders fail. Most traders actually could end up being incredible traders. And most people say, I can't trade because I don't have a degree in finance, or I can't trade because I'm not smart enough. And the truth is, you don't actually need to be smart. It's all a mental game. Unfortunately, a lot of people don't understand this. And when they're trying to perfect their craft, and in this case, Forex trading, they give it maybe a month, they lose some money, they're like, right, well, I can't do this, so they just give up. And that's why the higher number, that's why 90% of people end up losing in this market, is because they just give up. And I want to compare it to a couple of things as well. First of all, education, right? You spend, in England at least, you spend 6 years or 4 or 5 years, whatever it may be, in secondary school learning about maths, English, science, religious education, only to leave school and probably use about a quarter of what you've learned. If you go to university, you're learning and you're studying for a specific thing once you leave university. And if you go to university and you spend 3 years working on a craft to get a job at the end of it, why don't you want to do the same for Forex? Forex boils down to one thing, and that is how much you want it and how much you're willing to put in to get out. So if you're going to work for 6 or 7 hours a day, or even 8 or 9 hours a day, you're coming home and you're spending maybe an hour a night on Forex. You will become profitable eventually. Unfortunately, most people don't see that because they end up giving up. They may have excuses. They may say, I work too hard, I don't have enough time to do it. And at the end of the day, you can create enough time to do it. Maybe you're going out for drinks with your friends every single weekend for like 6 or 7 hours. Why don't you go out with your friends every single weekend, but instead of 6 or 7 hours, go out for 2 or 3, and then spend the other few hours doing something productive with Forex. A lot of people are willing to spend years and years and years trying to get a university degree, but expect Forex to happen quickly. And it's no one's fault either. That's the worst thing. It's no one's fault. If you go and you want a coffee, you go to the shop and buy one. It happens instantly. If you want to go to the shop and buy a video game, you go to the shop and you buy that video game. It happens instantly. And a lot of people post this narrative online that you can earn money from the Forex market really quickly. And the reality of it is you're not going to be able to do it probably within even your first year. And that's also hard work, constant hours, constantly grinding. It took me 2 years to become profitable on Forex, and I spent day in, day out grinding my absolute bollocks off for this craft. And it still took me 2 years. But in those 2 years, I learned so much. One of those things is it's very unlikely that I'm going to flip £100 into $1 million. There is methods to do that. So if I was to use £100, buy a 10k FTMO account, turn that into £500, buy a 70k, so on and so forth, it is possible. But you can't turn £100 into $1 million in your first year, probably even in your first 2 years. So you need to understand yourself and the market. If you're getting into this and you're serious about trading, it's not going to happen instantly. And you need to look at it as an investment. You're going to have to look at it as this is going to take maybe 3 or 4 years. This is the time I'm going to set myself. Maybe if I'm not profitable within the first 3 years, I'm going to call it a day. 3 years is long enough to know whether you're still good at it, whether you still want to do it, and you learn enough about yourself to know if you want to continue. So you need to stop looking at it as, I want to get rich quickly and I'm going to make this happen inside a month, because the chances are you're going to blow multiple accounts and you're going to lose a lot of money, and it's not going to happen inside a month. Because trust me, that's one of the narratives that sucked me into the Forex market. I thought I'm going to be able to turn £100 into $1 million. I was telling all my family that I'm going to be this absolute Warren Buffett of a geezer, and it didn't happen. But I stuck at it. I put the time in, I put the energy in, I put the effort in, and here we are. So remember, always give 100%. Never give 50%. Never expect it to happen overnight. And look at money in a different way as to where you don't want to turn £100 into £1 million, but you want to slowly grow your account, whether that's turning 1,000 into 10 or 10 into 20. Look at it differently. Be different and be successful. But this is Lukey, and I'm signing out. Peace.